apparently some news just came out. Some very important information just came out for Guilty Gear Strive not too long ago. Baiken was revealed. Now, apparently it got leaked a little bit earlier than they wanted to. We also got the trailer. We have the actual starter guide. So they just bundled it together. I don't know too much about Baiken because a lot of people love this character. She's very popular, and she's popular for two big reasons. I have concluded there's two big reasons that this character is definitely popular for: the Tommy mats and counters. I don't know what the hell you were thinking, but clearly it's those two things. So Baiken is going to be back inside the game. I'm pretty sure we're going to see the release date inside these trailers. So definitely want to take a look at the trailer and want to see the starter guide, and of course start to see how this character is going to be playing inside of Strive, because as we know, when characters do come to this game, they have changed quite a bit, or there have been some changes to characters. Of course, Jacko has changed a lot. Ramlethal and plenty of other characters have had changes. So I'm guessing the main functions of our gameplay is going to be there, like the mats and of course the actual counters. But how is it going to play in this type of game? Let's find out. So it looks similar to what we've seen before. And this is her song, I'm guessing. I keep forgetting everybody got a vocal track in this game, right? All right, what's her vocal track? Let me get ready for this. Of course, Baiken and Anji. The Unfaltering Awakened Samurai.
There's no winning or losing, just knowing yourself. Right. No one can give up. Okay,
so we definitely got some Tommy mats in here.
I wouldn't want to mess with me either.
Counters.
Say the word and I'll wake you the hell up. Gotta hand it to me.
Oh, that looks pretty cool. Is that her outro screen? That looks sick.
In the end, she believed in herself.
Yeah, this looked very much Baiken. Okay. Wow, that mat looked pretty weird the way it looked like that.
You think too much. What do you got to think
Oh,
about
the counter on it.
My blade is your blade. I owe you a drink.
The gun.
Sake, don't ya?
Okay. All right. Looking nice. Playable the 28th, so in a couple of days, and then 31st for the people that don't have it. And of course, the new stage as well. We got one more character to be released in this first season pass, so can't wait to see what that is. And I believe the another story is going to be at the very end too, right? Yeah, so the another story, the second part of the story, is going to be in the last character portion. Okay. All right, let's see how she actually plays with the starter guide now.
Baiken boasts an arsenal of useful special moves.
Pretty stage, by the way. Oh, this looks new. When you like hold them, did you see that?
Powerful mix-up at close range.
You holding them with the rope so they can't get far?
Baiken slams her foot to the ground, flipping over a tatami mat. The grounded version has a hitbox during the stomp and launches the opponent on hit. In the air version, the tatami mat appears as a projectile.
Right. Okay, so still works the same.
The tatami mat will not disappear until it touches the ground.
That's good.
It is a good option on the opponent's wake up or to prevent their approach. Kabaddi. This attack draws the opponent in towards Baiken. Its excellent range makes it a good poke from mid-range. The slash version attaches the opponent to Baiken on block or hit.
That's crazy.
Once attached, the characters will be drawn together. The force drawing them together.
That's so weird and cool.
The farther they are apart. The attachment will be released after a certain period of time.
Oh, so there's gonna be attachment combos? That sounds sick, bro.
Also attaches the opponent to Baiken. Pressing heavy slash again after the claw extends during the heavy slash version performs a follow-up attack.
That is interesting.
Holding down heavy slash allows you to delay the timing of the attack.
Ah, okay.
Baiken can pass through the opponent during this move.
Oh, so you got like a fake out. Oh, and it puts the rope on him. You saw that?
Baiken slashes the area around her with his overhead attack.
So you can still do that like
Its
instant
fast
air?
Startup makes it easy to use in mid-air combos.
Oh, wow, it doesn't launch
It
them.
can also mix up a crouch blocking opponent when used immediately after jumping.
Yeah, so you still have the instant air.
A
But wait,
attack that reacts to an attack
did it always do this? You saw she got a, like just a combo.
After jumping.
Oh, no, she RC'd it. Okay.
A counter attack.
I'm about to say, did she get a combo without RC?
Baiken can counter an attack once this move is out.
There's a counter.
She performs a highly damaging attack after countering an attack at
That
close
dude,
range.
that does a chunk.
She can repel the opponent's attack after countering from a distance.
Okay, so it's like Leo. It doesn't activate
Use
from
this
far.
move with caution, as it cannot counter throws or projectiles, and leaves Baiken vulnerable on whiff. Tsurane Sanzu Watashi. Baiken moves forward while unleashing 3 powerful slashes. Its fast startup and invincibility as it comes out makes it a good
So it does
choice
have
for
invul.
combos,
Okay.
as well as
That's
a way
good.
to interrupt the opponent's strings. Kenju. Baiken launches a
Air
massive
super.
fireworks
Air okay.
shell as a powerful projectile. The fireworks shell will explode either on block, hit, or after traveling a certain distance.
I wonder if that's plus
This
on block.
attack works well as a poke from far range or as a finisher in a combo.
I like the effect
air
on it. It looks
version
pretty cool.
Changes the projectile's trajectory to a downward diagonal direction.
Geez, he does some
Look
damage.
for an opportunity to get in while using far standing slash and standing heavy slash as pokes. Both versions of Kabaddi work well as pokes from outside the range of her standing normals. Once you're in, you can use her sweep, a 2-hit low attack, and Yo Zansen, an overhead, for powerful mix-up.
Interesting. So they
Shut down the
definitely changed this
opponent's
character up
offensive attempts
quite a
using
bit.
Hiragi. Attaching yourself to the opponent using her ground throw or the slash version of Kabaddi makes it easier to maintain close range.
Wait, her ground
as
throw
well as
attaches you
granting
too?
access to powerful strings and combos.
That's
Thank
crazy.
you for watching.
And we've seen another move that actually attaches you too besides just doing it. Like when you went through the opponent, that actually attaches you. So just talking about her a little bit, they definitely changed this character up. In previous versions, what made Baiken so annoying was the fact that she had guard cancels and stuff, right? Like where she basically can like do these moves in block stun. But now it's talking about it like it's just like a regular counter. Like you could counter in between attacks, but it's going to be vulnerable to throws. It also doesn't beat projectiles. Now she also did have a counter, guard point counter that like worked where she was moving forward. She would like sort of slide forward and she had like follow-ups she can do from that. It seems that move is actually gone. So her ability to move forward with like this guard point status on her is like going completely out of the character's archetype. Like that's not there no more. So really the main new focus is going to be this new rope thing, right? Where you can sort of keep the opponent close to you, and then all of a sudden now you can do all these crazy combos and they can't get far away. You can't get far away. You're stuck. Like you see she's trying to walk back and she can't. So the opponent is not going to be able to walk back. This is going to be very interesting. It's going to be good keeping opponents to close. I wonder how good this will be for characters that sort of you don't want that close all the time though. I'm thinking about like the matchup versus Potemkin with something like that. Is this like how would that work? Like you just have a Potemkin stuck to you and he's like, oh god, I can't get away. Oh, we're stuck. Oh, I pressed the wrong button and now we're fucking stuck and I'm near him the entire time. How is this gonna work? This seems really crazy though. Very interesting redesign of this character. Now, like I said, of course, we were expecting a redesign of Baiken as a whole, but the direction that they're going for, it looks pretty unique, right? With this new like gravity system and stuff like that. Of course, you still have some of the basic tools are there that is like core to the character, but how they work and how she get to her game plan is going to be a bit differently. Now, of course, there could just be underlying details that we're not getting from the actual trailer itself. Of course, there could be some more stuff here. Of course, like they talked about the counter. I don't think they said anything about it being something you could do in block stun, but maybe we can test that out and see if that's something there. Maybe some other moves in her kit probably has guard point. Maybe they just didn't say it. It is a possibility, but for the most part, I think in these guys they do a pretty good job of like telling you all the like details that these moves are like. Like they'll tell you if it's invincible or you can do it in the air or stuff like that. Typically they'll say that. This doesn't mean she's going to be any less annoying because obviously you got to still deal with this counter coming out anytime. We don't know if it's going to be frame 1, but usually it is pretty fast, so I'm guessing it may be a frame 1 counter, but like I said, it can be thrown. So but it does a huge chunk of damage as we can see as well. So they're gonna be interested to see how this character plays. Sounds like a grappler's paradise, right? Being tethered to the grappler does it not seem like a good time for Baiken. I could just imagine that mistake happening and people just already like being in shambles. I just realized TK Yozaron about to be easy as far. Oh yeah, because it used to be like wasn't it DP input before? Now it's just a quarter circle forward. That's easy, bro. That's basically Bad Moon. You know, one thing I'm also thinking now that I see like the rope in the like gravity that they're talking about happens, I wonder if this is gonna make for some like ambiguous cross-up situations or stuff, or just some overall just interesting situations where she's gonna be able to like manipulate the way she's jumping at you with the arcs. And this is going to allow her to get like either like crazy left rights. Like what if you get crazy left rights with the opponent attached to you? Like I just want to know like all the properties of the attachment. I'm just thinking about like how does this work like for an opponent, like when you break the wall? How does it work when they get wall splat? How does it work when you do a super, like she has the gun super? Do you like shoot them with the gun? Like this would be crazy, right? If you shoot them with the gun and because it pushes them back, it launches them back to you, so you get a combo off the gunshot. Like, I'm just thinking about crazy shit like that, right? Like, what if it works like that? That sounds ridiculous. Just thinking about the possibilities of how this gravity can be manipulated for her to either get combo extensions or crazy mix-up situations from her jumping at different arcs and it pulling you in different directions. Or if you're already knocked down, maybe it like works with your dead body differently and like she gets some crazy like left, right, overhead, high, low mix-ups and stuff. It can actually be really crazy along with her counters and stuff like that. So really unique mechanic they gave her. I really like that. It's definitely different compared to the rest of the DLC characters. It's different in a good way in the fact that it's not a resource. It's not like a resource you have to manage. It's simply just another tool, and it manipulates the movement of the both characters in a unique way. First character, DLC character with no resources, but also just has something unique to the game that they're bringing, which is a little bit, I feel like, easier for newer players of the game to actually get into. So this may be something that newer players would definitely feel a little bit more at home with, besides actually trying to play characters that have resources, because that's definitely a little bit harder to do, especially when you got a game like this where offense is like, you know, very strike throw heavy and like people are just running at you and like, you know, big counter hits everywhere and stuff like that. Trying to manage and stop people from coming in at you and stuff like that and trying to understand everything could be a little bit intimidating. So I wonder what type of character archetype she is, or not character archetype, but her difficulty level that they actually assume her to be, because you know, the higher the stars is, the better, or like the easier they are. So Kai is the only 5-star in the game, and then like Soul's a 4-star. I wonder what her star rating is going to be. You know, I was saying like, when are we going to get another 5-star character inside the game? Because Kai is the only one, and there's like multiple of every other difficulty now. So here we go right here, chat. So Baiken is considered a balanced character. So she is going to be ease of use of 4. See, this is what I was talking about. So she's definitely going to be an easier character to play in the eyes of the developers, which is going to be good for newer players, obviously. And of course, just being the first ease of use DLC characters. I was very scared of all the DLC characters trying to become like, I don't know, this like these resource heavy, unique characters, and make it to where like all the DLC characters will be more difficult and more intimidating for new players. This is something that's definitely going to be a little bit more approachable, I feel like, which is going to be a good direction. So we see now that the developers can play into this. Now, of course, Baiken has never been one to actually have meters and stuff like that, so it's probably a little bit easier for them to do it, obviously, since she was already an overarching archetype and character that has been playable for years now. But now we can definitely just see it in a whole retrospect that they can actually do DLC characters like this, where they can make unique mechanics but also not tie in them to resources, which is just good to actually just see in practice, right? So now we can actually just see it. But yeah, overall, chat, I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely going to be trying out her, of course, new characters. I definitely want to try out every new character to see what they bring to the table. So we're definitely going to be playing her and just seeing what she brings. I'm very interested in the way this rope could be manipulated and all the different things. Like, my mind is already going crazy with ideas of how this rope is going to work and how the tethering works and like what breaks the tethering, the manipulations of the movement, what works with it and stuff like that. You know, it's all types of crazy. Like, when you see these starter guides, it almost just like your mind just starts running crazy. It's almost like they give you the details you want, but not enough to like really feed you. So just a few days. We got about 4 days till Baiken actually comes out and we can actually understand this character to it fully. So I'm definitely looking forward to her. Like I said, we'll definitely be playing a lot of Baiken when she comes out later this week. So definitely look forward to that coming up soon on the stream. Yeah, those inputs look very beginner friendly. 100%. Yeah, they're definitely making her inputs a lot easier than before. The TK, yeah, used to be a DP. Now it's a lot easier to do.